Good evening and welcome to the Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhav Krishnan. Viewers, the National Students Union of India, a student body affiliated with the Congress Party, is now in hot water. This time over actions of the Delhi University Students Union President Ronak Khatri. The SRCC Staff Association has accused the Delhi University Students Union President Ronak Khatri of unruly behavior and spreading a malicious campaign on social media. The video of the confrontation has now gone viral and has sparked a massive political war of words, with the BJP calling this reflection of the Congress's mindset. And the current DUSU President Ronak Khatri is a member of the Congress-affiliated NSUI. He claims that he had gone to college on the 11th of March to raise concerns about stray dogs and the safety standards on campus, but was denied a fair discussion. He has in fact accused the college administration of being non-cooperative and suppressing student voices. The DUSU Vice President, who's of course an ABVP member, has now slammed the DUSU President, who calls it activism instead. Listen in.
क्या है कि यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर एक जो अलग तरीके की पॉलिटिक्स आजकल हो रही है, अपनी सोशल मीडिया की पॉलिटिक्स को करने के लिए जो टीचर्स जिन्हें हम गुरु का दर्जा देते हैं उनके साथ बदतमीजी करना, अभद्र व्यवहार करना, ये सरासर गलत है। कई बार एक छात्र नेता छात्रों के लिए संघर्ष करता है, छात्रों की आवाज को बुलंद करने के लिए, पर उसकी भी एक लिमिट होती है। पर देखा जा रहा है कि एनएसयूआई किस प्रकार से दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के अंदर एक गुंडा राज चला रही है। आपने देखा होगा कि चुनाव के समय भी किस प्रकार एक एनएसयूआई के नेता ने एक प्रिंसिपल को एक प्रोफेसर इंचार्ज को थप्पड़ मारा। तो इस प्रकार का एक्टिविज्म दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय में नहीं होना चाहिए।
Let's go across to Sabyasachi, who's joining us live. Sabyasachi, this is bizarre behavior. While, you know, it is all right for DUSU leaders to speak up for students' issues and students' voices, but is this the way to do it? Are we really going to see student leaders threatening their teachers and professors on campus? This kind of language and lumpen behavior is certainly not what's expected out of student leaders. What are they telling you?
Well, that's right. The student leader who has misbehaved with the vice principal is clearly unapologetic, because we have spoken to him. In fact, he says that a lot of the students in the campus have akrosh, and this is a way of showing their akrosh, showing their anger. And despite the staff association complaining against him, or the staff association writing it to the vice chancellor to ban the future entry of Ronak Khatri inside the SRCC college. In fact, they have also warned the cybercrime team to look into this matter, because it is a campaign which has been initiated by Ronak Khatri against the SRCC college and their staff. So clearly the staff member wants that strict action should be taken, and what they have told us that this is not the first time that such behavior has come into light from Mr. Ronak Khatri. In fact, in the past also he has went to 2 institutions in the Delhi University itself and has recorded video and put out in the social media, and that is the reason why the staff this time wants that enough is enough.
And did you speak to Ronak Khatri, Sabya? Did you try and reaching out to him? What did he have to say?
Well, of course, we have spoken to Ronak Khatri exclusively on a Times Now ID, and Ronak Khatri in fact says that the Vice Chancellor, the Principal and the Vice Principal would not be able to stop him and let them take any sort of action. But we'll bring out
that interview that you've taken with Ronak Khatri as well. I'm going to request my producers to quickly pull it out, but listen into the political reactions coming in to the story. Congress leaders have come out to defend the DUSU President and his behavior, saying that office bearers should be allowed to meet the Vice Principal. The BJP, of course, has slammed the DUSU President for indulging in hooliganism, saying that he's learning from Rahul Gandhi. Listen in.
अजीब सी बात है कि वो इलेक्टेड प्रेसिडेंट हैं और अपने वाइस प्रेसिडेंट से बात करना चाहते हैं, तो उनको बात नहीं करने दिया जा रहा है। तो ये तो लोकल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का फेलियर है और यूनिवर्सिटी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का फेलियर है।
Well, I think, I don't know what the instance is, I don't know what the issue is, but my thing is that office bearers of DUSU must be allowed to meet people. Also, there has to be a decorum that is maintained. So I don't know what the issue is.
This is the culture of the Congress party. This is the culture of NSUI and the Congress party both, where they think they are some sort of dynasty. They are some sort of people who have been given special powers. So this comes from that. And then they think they are above law. I mean, they can treat anyone, even their professors and teachers, as if they are their subjects.
Let's take this across to our guest joining us. Anuja Kapoor is BJP spokesperson. Harsh Atri is ABVP National Media Convener. Dr. Nikul Patel is Congress leader joining us. Manasvi Thapar is lawyer and political analyst with us on the show. Nikul Patel, do you support this kind of hooliganism by an elected student body leader? He's an elected student body leader. He can fight for students' issues, but that doesn't mean he misbehaves with staff and teachers in this manner. What kind of behavior is this? And what is the example he's setting for other students?
Firstly, if you see a student leader coming to the college and he is representing some issue, and then the administration don't allows him to say anything, then he must put his voice in the way he wishes. But the way he is putting, definitely there should be some restraint on it. And I think that doesn't reflect the mindset of the entire Congress, what Bharatiya Janata Party wants to reflect. But we have seen so many ABVP students also putting down their voices, even beating the teachers. I have so many examples, I can list down numbers. Even I say Ronak Khatri says Goli Maro. So that indicates that Bharatiya Janata Party wants to Goli Maro everyone in the country. So it doesn't wait. Now definitely, if your student representative is
Sir, you are saying this. Your leader, Mr. Tariq Anwar, is actually supporting him, saying that he is raising students' legitimate issues and therefore it is fine for him to do this.
I am also supporting him, saying that what is the cause of reaching to that level of discussion? That also has to be investigated.
No, you please investigate it, but that does not mean he's an elected student leader. He can't just march into a college and demand that people should leave all their work and listen to him. Who does he think he is? Is he a minister? Is he a member of parliament? He's a student leader. He speaks and behaves like a student. Respond, Nikul Patel.
I am telling that showing only one side of the story and defaming NSU and Congress is not correct. The actual thing should also be discussed.
No, we spoke to him also. He has also put out his video and we will show you that video and get you the interview that we've done with him as well. But my simple point being made here is this kind of behavior is unacceptable. Let me put this across to Anuja. Anuja, even ABVP student leaders have misbehaved in the past with teachers. That's the only self-defense coming in from the Congress leader here, Nikul Patel. Would you like to respond to that? Because he says that ABVP is no less.
Jai Shri Ram and good evening to all of you. We all are the students of these professors and teachers. What you have become, you've become an anchor. I'm a BJP spokesperson. I'm a criminal psychologist, a lawyer. We have come and respected. This is what our parents have taught us, not to disrespect our gurus. That is why we believe in Sanatan Dharma and Hinduism. Now, when we look at Rahul Gandhi and his disciples, the disciple will learn the same from their leaders, the arrogant leaders who in the parliament tore away the copy of the ordinance and said, "Ye sab bakwas hai." Remember? That is what kind of a Rahul Gandhi has a leadership in him. When we look back at this Ronak, he wanted to gain the limelight actually, the street fight. This is what we have seen and this is what the Congress is very well known of, the street fights. They get FOMO because they want to come back. They want to come back in the show. But is this a way you want to come back? You want to disrespect to the people, to the professors, to the gurus who have given us the national and international personalities all around the world? We are the ones who should be ashamed of these kind of the people who has become the DUSU, the personality and now the hero of these DUSU people.
Stay with us, Anuja Kapoor as well as Nikul Patel and Manasvi Thapar as well as Harsh Atri. Let's quickly, in fact, get in a response now, get in a quick look at what is in fact being stated by this particular leader, Mr. Khatri, when we spoke to him earlier today.
हम दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय में पढ़ रहे हैं। एनिमल चैप्टर नाम से एसआरसीसी की एक सोसाइटी थी स्ट्रे डॉग्स को लेकर। तो पिछले 8 महीने से एसआरसीसी के स्टूडेंट्स परेशान थे, जो उनकी बातों को एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के द्वारा नहीं सुना जा रहा था। उस मुद्दे को लेकर मैं जब एसआरसीसी कॉलेज गया, तब सेम रवैया वाइस प्रिंसिपल का मुझे देखने को मिला। जाते ही उन्होंने मेरे से बात करने के लिए मना कर दिया। फिर उन्होंने पुलिस का सहारा लिया कि इनके पास कोई परमिशन नहीं है मेरे से बात करने के लिए। क्या आज तक कभी भी एक प्रधानाचार्य से बात करने के लिए एक स्टूडेंट को परमिशन लेने की जरूरत पड़ेगी? मैं तो नहीं समझता इस बात को।
All right, let me bring in Manasvi Thapar on this. Manasvi Thapar, what is very peculiar is that, the very fact that the vice principal had to call the cops, it's not a usual situation. How can the student he may be the DUSU president or whatever, but how can he then just demand immediately as he walks in that all the leaders, the principal, vice principal should all fall in line, leave all their work and listen to him? There is a way that one goes about these things whenever one enters any institution. And you should know that, of course, someone in politics for some time now.
Madhav, I totally get the sentiment, and I totally understand the sentiment of everyone around. So this is not something which we can promote, and this is not something which we should endorse also. But what comes to my mind is this needs to be completely investigated, and investigation. And this is an incident which has been past more than 24 hours. There is no FIR. The question which I have to ask to myself is why there is no FIR. FIR has to be done immediately, and investigation has to be done. And when it comes to Delhi, the current chief minister of Delhi comes from DUSU. She was the president of DUSU in her time, and now she's the chief minister of Delhi.
Unfortunately, the current DUSU president thinks he's already chief minister of Delhi. That's exactly the problem that we are facing right now.
That is something which my question comes directly to the BJP. Why don't you register a FIR and let the investigation happen? This investigation cannot be limited to a college investigation.
Harsh Shatri, आप FIR क्यों नहीं फाइल करते? अगर इतनी बदतमीजी हुए, why don't you file an FIR? Respond to Manasvi.
That is also the sentiment of SRCC staff members also.
Firstly, it's not the responsibility of BJP or any political party to register an FIR, and the staff association, teachers staff association has already definitely condemned this action of the president, and they are also looking forward towards the investigation as well, and they are looking into the matter. Secondly, ABVP-led DUSU is leading the students of the nation. In past 5 days, ABVP-led DUSU had been inviting students all across the nation. We have led 3 student parliaments in last 5 days. And these leaders of NSUI and the left, they are just for the sake of their mere and cheap publicity, they are just running a PR campaign on the social media where they visit college, they talk to the professor without their permission, they intimidate them, they try to humiliate them in front of the students whom they will gonna teach. Definitely the student union must be the voice of the student, but the process and the modus operandi of the voice is different from what we practice in ABVP.
But
we definitely
what
believe
Nikul Patel is saying. He's saying you do the exact same thing. That is his allegation.
He has met. No, let me just sum up. Let me just sum up. ABVP has submitted more memorandums than Ronak Khatri had ever could, and had met more teachers than Ronak Khatri can ever could. But no any such nonsense and any such nuisance has come to your mind, and no staff association has ever commended any sort of action from the ABVP. Secondly, when it comes to the stray dog, ABVP led a Student for Seva, which not in just the Delhi University, but students all across the Delhi are working for the strays. So when they are...
no, let me ask Nikul before we wrap up. Nikul, is this Mohabbat ki dukan? Is this how Rahul Gandhi's Mohabbat ki dukan functions? There certainly doesn't seem to be any Mohabbat coming from Ronak Khatri.
I think the perception that BJP as well as ABVP wants to build, and the way you are asking the question, I think the question is not making it, we can say, the way on what you are asking. Actually, what happened on that day, that is also important. What the DUSU president is also speaking on your channel, you just listen to him. And that is what is happening in a BJP rule over. Yesterday only when we went to Vadodara Municipal Commissioner to represent the issue where entire building was just going to be instability. He was not responding to the elected municipal councillor, and then we have to sit on dharna in his room. That means that we are in arrogant behavior. Right, that is what is happening. Principal must have responded immediately, and if you had answered, then this situation must have not arisen. So on the part of administration also, it has to be looked on. Don't only put on one way and just blame Congress.
Sir, I think you're conflating issues. A municipal corporation or elected body, fine, the DUSU is an elected students union, but it's a students union. There is certain decorum that also has to be maintained, whether it's the students union or the teachers union. One certainly can't go around misbehaving with teachers like that. But since that's a question being asked of the BJP, Anuja Kapoor, would you like to respond? We've seen similar situation in municipal corporations and other areas where we are not allowed to raise our voice, and that's why he's raising his voice. That's a response from Nikul Patel. Respond.
Yesterday only we were sitting on dharna. You can take the video of Vadodara Municipal Corporation Office, Commissioner Office.
Anuja Kapoor, please. Anuja, I think you have muted yourself. Please unmute and speak.
So they are the party who belongs to the India Alliance. And we have seen how Arvind Kejriwal also does the same, and he had been in a part of a dharna. Look, you do dharna, that is okay. But understanding the whole concept and coming up and fighting with the professors, that is unruly behavior. You have to understand that the arrogance will not lead you anywhere. And the Congress should learn this from your own past, that because of your unruly behaviors in the past also, you have been swiped off from this the earth of the Delhi. You cannot be a part of this, and you have seen yourself also in this elections itself. So what I would just say that understanding that DUSU is the place where the children, the students, they come here. The parents send them not to learn the unruly behavior. You have a problem, but do it with a legal matter. Go with the legal process. Do in a legal profession. You understand municipal corporation too. You talk into a legal in a proper manner.
You know, the thing is this, Manasvi, you know, there's a video that this man, Mr. Khatri, has put out. He says that he was raising an issue. He did not get immediate audience with the president, with the vice principals, or so on and so forth. The point is, even if that is the case, does that mean that you immediately start resorting to hooliganism? Is that the only resort? Manasvi,
Am I audible?
please unmute yourself and speak.
Am I audible? Am I audible, Madhav?
Now you are. Go ahead.
Yeah. So there is no two ways about hooliganism. You cannot tolerate hooliganism. When a president wants to talk to the vice president, that has to be allowed. When the president is not allowed, he turns into hooliganism. That cannot be tolerated. But this entire episode is just one part of the clipping. What I, as a citizen of this country, would want to know the entire story. That what is the real action behind what has not
Sir,
turned
the real
out
action is there. We've referred to it also,
so
and he is, of course, in his
that
own
can
video
only
also
be,
cited that he was not being allowed to meet. Even if that is the case, is this behavior acceptable? Is this how we want our premier universities to be run? And is this, of course, you know, because student leaders may think that they're going to become the next chief ministers, but that kind of entitlement, the kind of manner in which he's speaking to people, not just much older than him, but who are teachers in the same university as he is completely deplorable. And this is a question whether Congress party endorses this kind of behavior from its student leaders. A question certainly for them. Anuja Kapoor, Harsh Atri, Dr. Nikul Patel, Manasvi Thapar, thanks so much for joining us this evening.